Hi there, this is Jacob Nash, and this is a review of Module 34, Creativity. So, let's talk about cognition, concepts, and prototypes. Cognition, this is anything related to thinking and remembering. I think we've already talked about this before, but this is what this unit is. Concepts, what are concepts? This is mentally grouping things that are similar. So, and that's what a concept is. In our brain, we have a concept of what a guitar is. And all those things that Mr. Arbach has up there are what we would say are guitars. Any acoustic guitars, any electric guitars, no matter what, that's in our concept of what a car is. Now, a prototype, this is a mental image associated with a certain thing. So it's like the best way to represent something. So let's say, all right, I'm going to say cat and tell me what you probably picture. Do you picture this crazy thing right there? Oh, sorry. Or that? I think you would probably say this crazy one. And if you see that cat, I took that picture of that cat as very big pupils. That means their amygdalas causing them about to attack. That's also review, but whatever. But you probably would think of that because when we think of cat, we usually think of some common house cat. Not really a cheetah, but that is a cat. Same thing with a lion or anything like that. So that's what a prototype is. It's the best thing that could represent something. So this cat right here is probably what best could represent a cat. Same thing with like a dog. I think, oh, I might be wrong about this, but I think that maybe some people consider a fox a dog. I might be wrong. I might be very wrong. But if that's the case, if someone said dog, you would probably think of a common dog that someone would have as a pet, not a fox, if that's even actually a dog. I don't know. I'm not an animal specialist, but anyways, what is creativity? This is the ability to produce valuable ideas. That's just what it is. And to some extent, we may all have this. So what are the thinking types? So there's convergent thinking and divergent thinking. So for convergent, what does it mean when things converge? It means they come together to one thing. If you took like earth science, you might have learned about convergent boundaries or divergent boundaries, whatever. Well, convergent can also mean it just means things coming together to one thing. So you have a problem or multiple problems, and they come down to one solution. So the key thing is that it's one solution. So it doesn't matter how many problems we have, we just have to know that it's one solution. But divergent, you may go to one, you diverge, go to multiple solutions. So that's what you got to know. Convergent, you go to one solution, divergent, multiple. Okay, so what are the reasons for creativity that we know of? So expertise. So someone might have expertise in a certain subject that could cause creativity. I may be considered creative for music, maybe because I can't say that I'm an expert at playing an instrument, but I've played instruments for many years, so you might say that. All right, imaginative skills. There might be some skills of venturesome or kick open closed doors personality. So basically, you're willing to take risks. Intrinsic motivation, so non-material motivation. Remember, extrinsic motivation, that's like, oh, give me that money. I'm going to do that. Give me that money. Like at a job that I've had where if I sell memberships, then I get a commission. That's extrinsic motivation because I'm like, give me the money. I'm doing this to get the money. But intrinsic motivation, we have to have that for creativity. And then a creative environment. All right. What if we think about thinking? So what is the word that's thinking about thinking that's metacognition? Personally, I've I've before thought about thinking, and that's made me kind of go crazy. So I try to not. Like when you're like, I'm gonna try not to think about this, and it's like thinking about thinking. Duh, duh, duh. It's like a paradox. Uh, Superordinate or subordinate categories. So superordinate is super general. So you got to know that. Super general. That is so general. So meaning non-specific. But subordinate, think of sub sandwich, Subway sandwich or something. This is specific. So when we're talking about something that's superordinate, it's the most general thing that there can be. So this may be the most general sandwich that you can think of. But subordinate, this is a more specific sandwich. We got an Italian Subway sandwich. So same thing for a car. You might just say car for superordinate, but for subordinate, you might say 2001 BMW 325i station wagon. All right, questions. Thinking about thinking is referred to as metacognition. What is superordinate and subordinate category of automobile? Oh, that's exactly what I just said. Superordinate vehicle. Subordinate 2001 BMW 325i. Drawing conclusions by going from the specific to general. So don't get confused. This is not the divergent or convergent. I didn't talk about this actually, but that is considered inductive reasoning. So specific to general, inductive. Specific to general, inductive. All right. Create an example of a concept. Early has formed the concept of a guitar, which groups acoustic, electric, and other types of guitars that are all musical instruments which are meant to be played. Create an example of a prototype. When a cat is mentioned early, he visualizes a typical house cat as a prototype that best fits cat for him, even though technically a cat can be a tiger, a lion, etc. Well, those happen to be the exact examples that I gave. Okay, well, there you go. Thanks for watching.